Howdy folks, welcome back to 59 Mile Arc. We are doing leg 5 of our 50 states tour today, so we're in Arkansas. It's going to be a quick and easy one today. We're going to follow the northern border of Arkansas. We're going to fly over both Shoals Lake. So we're starting here in Boone County in Harrison, Arkansas. We're just going to fly to Baxter County Airport in the default Cessna. VFR, although we'll put in our destination in the GPS and we'll use the built-in map as though it's our iPad on our lap or something, like I usually say is an excuse to use the built-in map. Purely VFR, we'll fly at like 6,000 feet or so, use the GPS to calculate our descent if we can, and that's it. Quick and easy. Real world weather is turned on. It just happens to be clear with hardly any wind at all. I believe we'll take off runway 36, I think was an option. We'll check in a moment, but otherwise that's it. To the airport, not much to look at, although I did notice there's some hill stuff going on over here, which is pretty cool. But anyway, again, super quick, super easy. Let's just hop inside, close up shop here, and get this thing started. I can never find the down arrow. There it is. And we'll be on our way. So, default Cessna, pretty easy. Actually, let's reset all this stuff. There we go. We're just going to turn on the battery and alternator. We'll turn on the fuel pump, the beacon, so people know we're going to start up, and the strobe, and I think that is it. Mixture forward throttle. Whoops, wrong knob on my thing. Throttle about a quarter, and then this one is a. You have to hold this one. You have to hold this one. You have to hold this one. There you go. Some of them you hold, some of them you don't. Yeah, we'll set the gyros. All right, there we go. Let's turn on Pytot heat. Let's get our avionics turned on. Isn't it that one? How do you turn on the default? Oh, avionics, I bet. There we go. Oh, that's okay. Why did I not remember that? Oh, both those go now at the same time. Alright. What else? We can play with some panel lights if we want to. We don't really need to, but there they are. And what else do we need? Nav. We'll turn on taxi lights in a moment. Well, let's turn that off right now. Hop over here. Bring back our throttles, by the way. To about 1100 for right now. I don't know the exact numbers. I can't remember. All right, flight plan. Let's clear what's in here because that was a previous flight, of course. Delete flight plan. Yeah. All right. So let's see. Is it the outside one? Yes. Let's go to what? Where are we going to? Kilo Bravo Papa Kilo. Let's get that set up. Kilo Bravo and Papa Kilo. Whoops, not too many. It's almost like there's a half second or half microsecond delay there. Alright, so here you go. Ozark, which they've changed the name of the airport, I guess. Looks like a whopping 33 miles. So very, very quick and easy, like I said. We're going to kind of head to the east-northeast for the most part. Otherwise, we're not going to use VNAV for top descent. I'm just going to look at our distance, or I'm sorry, our ETE versus our altitude, and we'll just come down. So it's going to be just completely visual. We'll fly over the airport, circle around, land on whichever runway makes sense for at the moment. Let's pull up our map because we are using real world weather. We need to get our barometer and click on the airport. There we go. Wind calm now. All right, 2988. So we're going to zoom in here. 29er. Which one does it? This one? I can't see that far though. 29er 8. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong hash mark. There we go. 29er 88. Just like that. Winds come, so we'll take off on runway 36, I think. That was my original plan anyway. So that's what we'll do. It's that simple in this thing. Let's get the taxi lights on. Can I get him from here? Yes, I can. Let's see. What else do we need to do? First set of flaps down. Let's hop outside a moment. So runway 36, I believe, is going to be to the right. Which way are we facing? I don't know the area. Yeah, to the right should be runway 36 then. So we're just going to go... Whoops, come back here. We can go that way. Is that a taxiway or where's the runway? Like I said, I don't know the area. So let's zoom out here and have a look. Oh, wait a second. So we want to turn all the way around and go that way, I think. I think so. So here we go, parking brake off, give this thing some fuel. I just realized when I said that way, you have no idea which way I was talking about. So we're going to go to the left. We're going to turn left and then turn left, and then that'll be runway 36. So not much to see because it's a 2D airport, and the way we're going, we're just going to see trees. So let's take taxiway Alpha, and I'll meet you at 36. Nice wide runway here, so we'll pull out right in the center and look like a tiny ant on the airfield. Stop. There we go. Where's parking brake on this one? There's parking brake. And come down here, turn on the taxi light, landing lights, I guess. Turn off the taxi lights, and I can't get to them with that in the way. There you go. Taxi off, landing on. I think we can do our clock. There we go. We do have a clock and a mixture forward. Props are set, lights are set, doors and windows are latched. Fuel forward, and away we go. Let's see here. It's going to torque to the left, which is normal. Well, that's a lot to the left. Wind shouldn't be affecting us. Ooh, squealy wheels. There we go. We'll get a little bit more speed. We'll just let it lift off kind of on its own. There we go. No gear to bring in, but we will step on the brakes to stop those wheels from spinning. And flaps coming in. And let's level off a little bit to get some speed here. Alright, just a little bit of wind. We got a little bit of crosswind action going on here. Not too bad. So, like I said, just visual flight. I'm going to keep landing lights on. I think we're going to go to like 6,000 feet or so. We'll see. I'm going to be doing a lot of sightseeing, so it'll probably not accurately hold an altitude because it's really hard to sightsee and fly from the outside. So we'll just do whatever I can. Probably use trim to level off. If you do use trim correctly, it's almost like an autopilot. It's not exactly, but it's, you know, if you're trimmed well, you shouldn't have to do much hands-on. So we're going to keep climbing here, about 500 feet per minute, and the appropriate lighting is on. Flaps are up already. No gear to worry about. No anything to worry about. Couldn't get simpler. So I'm just going to play with my trim so we don't climb too high and do a bunch of sightseeing. And I will catch you probably if there's something to say, or for sure if I know when we're coming down. Boy, that was difficult to get that word out. I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, I'm just cutting in and interrupt your sightseeing for a moment because I realized I completely forgot to mention why we're flying this short flight along the northern border of Arkansas. And that's because I wanted to do some sightseeing of this lake. I already told you what it's called, the Shoals Lake, but I wanted to show what it looked like from the sky because I thought it was very, very interesting myself. And then we can see the Ozarks. I believe we're looking at the Ozarks in the background there. So that's why we're here. We're coming up on an airport, I think, already. I might have to circle around. We're about 6,000 feet, which I planned on. But I just wanted to look at this from the sky because when I was looking at the map of Arkansas, it just seemed very fascinating. And I wanted to check it out. So there it is. I don't know anything about it other than the name. But anyway, that's what we're going to look at. That's what we're going to do. So let's hop inside and get ready to land this thing. And in case you're wondering, that airport just off the nose is not an airport. That's a different airport. We're not going to land there. We're going to go all the way to KBPK, which we're about halfway there now. But we got to get ready to land and line up for this runway. Ahead of time, you always have to plan ahead. So it says we're 8 minutes out. We're just over 6,000 feet up. Let's get our landing altitude. Where's my mouse? Our landing altitude, or elevation, I should say, is almost 1,000 feet. So we're just above 6,000 now. We have to get down to 1,000 to give or take. So that is about 5,000. We're 8 minutes out. So that's less than 1,000 feet per minute, but it is time to start coming down a little bit. If we want to do 500 feet per minute, we'll have to come down steeper as we get closer. So let's trim down a little bit, bring back throttles a little bit, try to aim for 500 feet per minute. And I'm just looking at the GPS over here. We're just going to aim for the airport, fly over, and then pick a runway. But we got to plan ahead. See, we leveled off, so I'm just going to keep messing with things until we are coming down 500 feet per minute. And I'll catch you when it's time to enter the pattern. Well, looks like our weather updated, and these clouds are going all the way to the ground, so I'm not really sure why they're going to the ground. If elevation is only 985 feet or so, there's some really low clouds, so we might have to raise the clouds so we can see what we're doing. Back here they're above. We'll have to see. I don't have any instrument approaches for this, so if we can't see, we can't land. But I just think it's very interesting that the clouds just updated, which is fine. We already saw the lake we wanted to see, so it's not a disappointment or anything. There's this lake right there behind us. We already saw it. So we are, though, going to check our barometer, and we're still holding 500 feet per minute down, by the way. Barometer, where we're going 29 or 85, and winds are variable still, so it doesn't matter which runway. 29 or 85, though. We do need to change that a little bit. So let's see if we go this way. 29er. I can't see that far. 29 or 88, 65. So that's 24. That's 5 right there. Okay, we got it. Whoops, wrong button. Alright, now we're heading to the clouds. And let's see. We have either runway we can choose. Looking at the GPS, let's go a little bit beyond the track. And then maybe run, land, runway. What are our two choices? 23 and 5. Let's run, land, runway 5. That would be straight in. I can't see anything in these clouds. Yeah, the clouds are clearly going to the ground. So we'll fly the clouds a little bit longer. But as we get closer, we're going to have to probably get rid of the clouds because I don't have any way to land. So we're at 5,000 feet. We need to be down to 1,000 feet or so. So that's a 4,000 foot difference with the 4-minute ETE. So we need to increase the rate of descent to about 1,000 feet per minute, right? Because that's, we're 4 minutes out. 1,000 feet per minute is 4,000 feet. That'll get us down to 1,000 above. So that's what we want to do. So let's increase the rate of descent. I'm actually using trim to do this to keep my speed up, although my throttles are not forward all the way either. And we're in the clouds. So now we're relying on our GPS. So much for our VFR flight. Now we're in IMC. Now we need to do SVFR, or special VFR. And everything's stable though. This is an easy airplane to fly. It's almost too easy. So there we go. I'm just going to manage the systems and keep an eye on our GPS. Get ready to land on runway 5. And I'm going to raise these clouds after we get some good sightseeing through the clouds. So I'll catch you in a couple more minutes. Alright, we have a runway right off our nose. Can barely see it, but I can make it out. So we're going to try to land. Throttle's back. The elephants are upstairs singing. I apologize if you can hear them in the background. We might have to do a go-round. I raised the clouds, but it's still super hazy. So even though I raised the clouds, I kept the winds the same, I kept the visibility the same, and I had a hard time finding the airport. But there it is, popped right into view. I think we're going to do a go-around, because we're at 2,000 feet. We have to come down 1,000 feet in a very short time. Yeah, so let's not make this unrealistic. Let's do a go-around. Plus we'll give it a chance to safe a little bit more. So, mixture is rich. Throttles are coming in a little bit, because they don't actually want much speed. We're already going pretty fast. So let's just go over the airfield a little bit. Look around while we can. That looks awesome. Difficult approach though, even with those clouds up because of the low visibility. But we found the airport and we're just going to go over it. Like I said, avoid those power lines. Ignore the elephants upstairs. Those of you who watch my channel regularly know what I'm talking about. And we will circle, we'll do a left traffic. And I'll catch you when it's time to approach again. This is just too beautiful to not talk about as we do our downwind leg here. Very, very awesome. We're going to level off about here. We're at 2,700 feet. And I know the airport is, but I'll show you. It's back here, as it should be if you're doing traffic pattern. We're about ready to make our base in a moment. I just want to look around and do our sightseeing. Since in the Cessna you can sightsee a little bit. There's some water. That must be the lake, obviously, that we just talked about. What else would that be? Alright, looks great. Time to fly a plane though. So are we ready to do our base leg? You look over your shoulder. Can't really see because we're so tall. Yeah, we can turn base now. Let's turn base, start coming down a little bit, bring back speed so that we can get flaps going. We want to get first set of flaps as soon as we can here. Because we have a very short final. There's first set of flaps and we're going to float. Let's come down. We're level off. We don't want to be leveled off. We want to be coming down. And let's see, look out the window. I lost track of the airport, which is terrible. That shouldn't happen. Where did the airport go? There it is. No, that's where it should be. Okay. I keep doubting myself and I shouldn't. We'll go a little bit longer here before we do our final. And there's the airport as it should be. Let's go final now. Ooh, second set of flaps as we're on final. A little too early yet. Keeping some throttles in though. Don't want to go too slow yet. Watching my descent rate. Although I'm going more visual at this moment anyway. And did we overfly? Yeah, we overflew it a little bit. That's okay. Don't know the area. Things can be more challenging when that happens. Alright, let's get second set of flaps out now. We don't have the best approach yet, but we have plenty of time. I'm going to check the weather. No, I'm not. I'm going to check the weather and get the winds, but we're set for this. It did say variable last time we checked, so unless there's a quick update, this should be fine. So I'm not going to worry about crossing landing. We're just going to try to land as smoothly as possible. And here we go. Here's final. Tempted to look around, but we're not going to. Besides, we just looked around on our downwind leg anyway. So here we go. And pretty simple. Going to touch down. I actually can't remember the official touchdown speed. We'll touch down around 60 knots just because I should really look that up. Otherwise, we're lined up. Maybe there's a little bit of wind from the right. Maybe. But otherwise, everything's fine. My yoke is calibrated. I did recalibrate when I started the video, by the way. It doesn't seem to be remembering my calibration. If you watch the Galapagos Islands series, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Here we go. Good descent. We're going to aim for the numbers. And I'm just going to go sterile, and we're going to be nice and smooth here and hold it off. No hurry to land on this runway. keep that nose wheel off because I can. There you go. I should have talked through that because it looked like a mess. What I did, the last minute I decided to do a little bit of crosswind landing because we had a little bit of crosswind. So I decided to do a crosswind landing at the last minute, and I held the nose wheel up as long as I could. Flaps coming in. So it didn't look very smooth, but what you saw was all on purpose. Alrighty, let's see here. We are going to... Ooh, those brakes are hard on this. Like I say every time, some aircraft, normal braking mapped to my yoke, barely stops the plane. Other times it throws you through the windshield. Alright, here we go. Pretty speedy taxi here. I thought this was a 3D airport. I guess not. No signs telling us where we're going, so let's go to the right, I guess. And then we'll stop past the stop sign and adjust some lights and things, because I can't really do without a co-pilot. Or, well, not a co-pilot in this airplane, because I can't see everything at once in this airplane. Let's turn on taxi lights, turn off landing lights, bring mixture back so don't follow the spark plugs. Let's actually stop right here and see where we're going to park this thing. Alright, it looks like another 2D airport, and we need to turn around to get to parking. So that is what we're going to do. It sure turned into a gloomy morning here, didn't it? Oh well, doesn't matter. Let's see if we can turn this thing around from here. My parking brake is set, I guess. Let's take the parking brake off. Let's see if we can do this without having to go all the way around. We have more room than it looks. Here we go. Whip it around. Come on, here we go. We're going to make it with room to spare. Look at that. There we go. Taxi lights are on, landing lights are off. Gyros apparently need to be reset again. And flaps are in. So, let's just, whoa, I'll say let's briefly taxi to the parking area, but not that briefly. Alright, here we go. I'll just stick with it this time. Notice those power lines go right over the end of that runway. I'm glad we didn't land on that runway. We would have run into some power lines. Anyway, let's just do a debrief right now. Welcome to Arkansas. From Arkansas, we got to see Big Shoal Lake. I think that's what it's called. Bull Shoal Lake. Sorry to the locals. And we made it super quick, super easy. We had a surprise IMC situation, but we made it through with a little bit of playing God and raising the clouds like 5,000 feet so we could see what we're doing, but it kept everything else. So it was fun to see the gloominess upon landing. Fun little flight. This airplane is super easy to fly, and my rudder isn't working. There it goes. Whoa, there it went. Okay. Okay, fine. It's working now. Maybe we're going a little bit too fast. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed the flight. If you are new to the channel, please like, please subscribe. If you are a bigger subscriber, thank you for your continuing support. But I'm out of here. I'll catch you on the next one.